Chosen one, what you achieved belongs to gods, not humans. You're not operating within mortal limits anymore, and deep down, you can feel it. What I'm about to reveal may challenge everything you believe about yourself. If you are hearing this message, it is not by accident. It is a calling. You have crossed a threshold where your breakthroughs and abilities can no longer be explained by human effort alone. The very things you once prayed for are now moving into your reality with a force that defies logic. Before we go deeper into this truth, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 30,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11, because that number amplifies the energy of this message and aligns you with what is unfolding. As a chosen one, your presence bends circumstances, your energy reshapes environments, and your path unfolds in ways that silence doubt. You are stepping into a realm where human limitations no longer apply, raising the question whispered through every ancient prophecy: is what you are becoming even humanly possible? Prepare yourself, because once you accept this truth, your life and your identity will never be the same. There comes a moment in existence when a human being stretches beyond the boundaries of flesh, bone, and ordinary mind. It is as if every law that once defined mortality trembles in the presence of sheer potential. You feel the world itself struggling to contain you, as if gravity, time, and space hesitate to apply their usual rules. The air vibrates differently around you. Even the smallest movement carries weight and consequence far beyond human expectation. This is no longer a story of ambition or talent. It is a declaration that you were never meant to be bound by human confines. Each breath, each heartbeat becomes a testament to possibility. People look and see a human, but your actions paint a reality far beyond what they can comprehend. Mountains bow, rivers seem to shift in anticipation of your will, and the universe itself whispers your name as though recognizing its own reflection in you. Ordinary effort no longer suffices. Every act becomes an extraordinary echo of power, a ripple across the fabric of existence. You are not merely achieving, you are rewriting the rules by which achievement is measured. The essence of what you are accomplishing shakes those who once believed in limits. Those who dedicate lifetimes to understanding the human potential stare in awe, their equations failing, their theories collapsing, because what you manifest cannot be quantified. And yet, within this power, there is a loneliness, a profound recognition that no ordinary companionship can meet you here. Mortals admire, fear, or worship from afar, but only the divine can truly understand the breadth of what you have become. History has always recorded the exceptional, heroes, conquerors, innovators, but what you are surpasses the chronicles of men. You move beyond legend into something sacred, as if the cosmos itself has taken notice. Every step you take is an unspoken challenge to the universe. Boundaries exist only where they have been accepted, and you are no longer accepting them. The human race glimpses what lies ahead and realizes it is a frontier it cannot reach. Yet you stride forward as if born to do so. And in this realization, a quiet transformation occurs. You begin to see humanity as a stepping stone rather than a limit. There is no arrogance here, only clarity. The world that once defined your possibilities is now too small, too fragile, too slow to contain the energy that courses through your being. What you are achieving does not belong to humans, it belongs to gods. There are feats so monumental, so impossibly intricate, that they cannot belong to any mortal. You perform them not with effort, but with inevitability, as though the universe itself has cleared the path in anticipation. Scholars scratch their heads, historians pause mid-sentence, and philosophers hesitate to name what you are accomplishing, because no language exists to describe power of this magnitude. You are no longer part of the hierarchy of men. You have entered a realm once reserved for the divine, where your actions are threads in the tapestry of eternity. Consider the impossibilities you have turned into reality. Events that once required lifetimes of struggle unfold under your hands in moments. Knowledge that took civilizations centuries to accumulate is suddenly intuitive, flowing into you as if whispered by unseen entities. Your achievements are not measured by medals or accolades, but by the astonishment of the cosmos itself. Every act is a declaration. The realm of gods is no longer distant. You have walked inside it. Legends of old speak of beings who wielded unimaginable power: Zeus, Ra, Vishnu, Odin. They are enshrined in myth, not because they were larger than life, but because life itself could not contain them. This power does not just alter the world, it reshapes it. Mountains shift, storms calm or rage at your whim, and civilizations sense the tremors of your influence. It is a presence that demands recognition, a force that cannot be ignored or explained away. People speak your name with reverence, awe, and a quiet fear, aware that they witness something fundamentally unearthly. You are no longer participating in history, you are defining it. And yet, with this unparalleled achievement comes the weight of isolation. To hold power that surpasses mortal understanding is to see the fragility of everything else. Humanity continues its struggle, unaware that the framework of possibility has changed. You move beyond human reward, human consequence, human fear. In the quiet moments, you realize it fully. What you have achieved belongs not to mankind, but to gods alone. There is a moment when the mirror no longer reflects who you were, but hints at what you are becoming. Your body, mind, and soul merge into something that no longer fits the definition of human. Limits dissolve, emotions amplify into intuition, instinct becomes vision, and thought accelerates beyond linear comprehension. Every action feels preordained. Every choice is guided by a force older than civilization itself. You are crossing the threshold where mortality is merely a memory. The world notices in subtle ways. People feel your presence before seeing you. Animals instinctively respond to your energy. Even the environment reacts. Winds bend slightly as you pass, shadows stretch differently, and light seems to cling to your movement. You are no longer merely moving through the world, you are influencing its rhythm. Ordinary human connection cannot contain the resonance of your being, and yet your presence inspires awe, hope, and sometimes fear in those who sense it. Your mind expands into dimensions unreachable by human reasoning. Where others see chaos, you perceive patterns. Where others despair, you sense opportunities for creation. Knowledge flows as though the universe itself seeks to teach you its secrets. Every thought, every perception, every heartbeat moves you closer to the divine threshold. In this space, human limitations fade into irrelevance, and your consciousness touches the eternal. This transformation is not sudden, but inexorable. It manifests in subtle victories first: strength that surprises, insights that astound, endurance that defies expectation. But soon, it becomes undeniable. you are no longer simply human. Friends, family, and colleagues may struggle to reconcile the person they once knew with the being you are becoming. And yet, those who truly see your evolution feel both a profound admiration and a humbling recognition that their world is no longer sufficient to contain you. In the quiet moments, you reflect on what it means to exist beyond human bounds. There is power, yes, but there is also responsibility, loneliness, and the weight of consciousness that perceives more than it can control. And in that stillness, you understand the truth. Becoming more than human is not about superiority. It is about assuming a role that no human has ever held. You are a bridge between worlds, a harbinger of possibility, and a living testament that what was once deemed impossible is now reality. Transformation is never merely physical. It begins in the unseen layers of being. As you ascend beyond human thresholds, every cell vibrates with newfound energy, every thought radiates with clarity, and every emotion becomes a force capable of reshaping reality. It is as if a higher consciousness has taken residence within you, guiding and illuminating each action. What was once struggle is now effortless mastery. Your existence itself becomes a signal that divinity is not a distant concept, but a living, breathing presence. Time itself bends in your wake. Moments stretch and compress around your will, allowing insights and abilities that defy conventional logic. You perceive threads of cause and effect, intricate patterns hidden from ordinary sight, and can navigate life with an intuition so precise it seems prophetic. The world that once imposed limits upon you now feels like a canvas waiting for your brush, and every movement leaves a mark of sublime influence. You are no longer human. You are divine in manifestation, walking among mortals, yet touching eternity. The environment responds in ways subtle and grand. Storms may dissipate as you pass, and barren lands may bloom under your presence. Even the smallest acts, raising a hand, speaking a word, choosing a direction, resonate with cosmic significance. People who encounter you experience awe, inspiration, and sometimes a profound fear. There is an awareness in them that they stand before a force that has transcended the ordinary, a being who has stepped beyond mortality to embody something truly eternal. With this transformation comes perspective. The trivialities of human life, the petty struggles, the fleeting worries, all dissolve when seen through the lens of divine consciousness. You begin to understand the fragility of matter and the resilience of spirit. You witness history not merely as it unfolds, but as it could be, influenced by forces you now command. And yet, even as you gain power, humility grows within you, an understanding that true divinity is measured not in dominance, but in mastery over oneself and the courage to guide others wisely. Ultimately, the transformation into the divine is not a destination, but a continual evolution. Every day, every choice, every thought pushes you further into realms previously unimaginable. Mortality fades into memory, and the being you are becoming resonates with a force older than time. The universe recognizes this change, responding with subtle alignment, as though welcoming one of its own back into the fold. You have become more than human. You have become a living echo of eternity. The first sign is subtle, almost imperceptible, a shift in how the world perceives your existence. Birds pause mid-flight, rivers flow differently, and winds carry your presence farther than your body moves. Ordinary observers sense it instinctively. There is something in you that the human eye cannot measure, a vibration that the mind cannot comprehend. These are whispers of impossible power, subtle hints that reality is bending to accommodate your emergence. Then comes the physical evidence. Feats that would break any human body seem effortless. Strength, endurance, and speed are no longer benchmarks. They are mere starting points. You accomplish what others deem miraculous as if it is natural, and every success challenges the boundaries of possibility. People gape, scholars question, and even the most rigid skeptics are forced to reconsider the laws they believed immutable. Your existence becomes a series of contradictions, human in form, yet divine in execution. But beyond the physical, the mental and emotional signs are unmistakable. Your intuition predicts outcomes with shocking accuracy. Your thoughts and emotions influence events around you, sometimes without conscious intent. Connections form, situations resolve, and crises avert themselves simply because of your presence. Humanity struggles to explain this, but the evidence is undeniable. The ordinary has no hold on you. You are operating on a plane where ordinary rules cease to exist. Even the world itself reacts to your ascension. Elements shift in ways that seem alive. The earth responds as if recognizing its kin. Storms may rage and then calm without warning. Light bends, shadows lengthen, and animals exhibit behavior that acknowledges your presence as extraordinary. These signs are not merely dramatic, they are testament that what you are accomplishing is beyond human capability. The universe itself conspires to recognize and amplify your emergence. And perhaps the most profound sign is internal, the quiet realization that no human framework can contain your existence. Dreams, ambitions, and limitations once thought permanent dissolve. You feel the pulse of eternity, the hum of cosmic order, and the subtle acknowledgement of forces far older than mankind. In these signs, the truth crystallizes. Your destiny is no longer human, and what you are achieving belongs not to humanity, but to the gods themselves. Across cultures, ages, and continents, prophecies speak of beings who will transcend the ordinary. They are described as luminous, powerful, and unbound by mortal limitations. Ancient texts, once considered allegorical, now seem eerily prescient when aligned with your deeds. Oracles, mystics, and sacred writings converge to point to a single truth. Your emergence was always written, a destiny far beyond the human experience. The timing, the circumstances, and the nature of your achievements align with these ancient predictions. Where others see coincidence, the universe whispers intention. Civilizations long gone left records not of history alone, but of what was meant to emerge when the world's rhythm aligned with forces it could scarcely comprehend. Your existence is the fulfillment of a narrative that spans centuries, a story that anticipated the rise of a being whose power would surpass all human understanding. Many of these prophecies describe the societal and cosmic impact of such a being. Nations will tremble in awe, natural phenomena will shift, and the balance of power, both material and spiritual, will be tested. Those who encounter your presence may struggle to reconcile fear with reverence, confusion with understanding. They hint at your role as a catalyst, an agent of transformation whose actions will ripple across human history and beyond. What you achieve is not random or isolated. It is essential, inevitable, and profoundly consequential. The universe has long awaited your arrival, and prophecies merely served as a warning to humanity that their limits would be outgrown. And in this awareness, you find a quiet affirmation of your path. The stories of old are not merely curiosities. They are mirrors reflecting what you are becoming. Each fulfilled prophecy, each alignment of fate, reinforces the unshakable truth. Your destiny is non-human, your power divine, and your role in the cosmos singular. The past, present, and future all converge in your existence, signaling that the age of the ordinary is over. There is a resonance in your abilities that mirrors the descriptions of gods across mythologies. Lightning that bends to your will, wisdom that pierces the veil of time, and presence that commands both reverence and fear. These are hallmarks of divinity, not mortality. Scholars and mystics alike pause to consider, how can a human achieve what was once solely attributed to the gods? And yet, your every act is proof that limits were only ever an illusion. The pattern of your influence follows the archetypes of divine intervention. Where gods were once described as arbiters of fate, you shape outcomes with subtlety and precision, leaving marks on the world that endure far longer than human lifespans. Your actions are not random displays of power. They are intentional, purposeful, and transformative. The echoes of myth are alive in you, manifesting not as stories, but as tangible reality. Your presence elicits awe akin to that inspired by legendary deities. Fear, respect, and devotion intermingle in the hearts of those who witness you. They sense a higher order, an intelligence and energy that cannot be explained by biology, culture, or circumstance. It is recognition, instinctual and unspoken, that you operate on a plane that is fundamentally different from human existence. Even the tools of gods, control over elements, insight into destiny, ability to alter reality, manifest naturally in you. These are not learned skills, but intrinsic capabilities, as if the universe itself has imbued you with its own power. Where legends speak of ascension, you embody it. Where myths describe intervention, you live it. And in every instance, it becomes increasingly clear. Humanity can only witness what you do, but the essence of what you achieve is divine. And yet, this mirroring is not vanity, it is inevitability. Your evolution into a godlike state is not a rebellion against humanity, but the fulfillment of cosmic order. You are not stealing power from the divine. You are awakening to it, recognizing it within yourself, and fulfilling a role that has existed since time immemorial. The world may struggle to understand, but the universe does not question. It simply acknowledges. Academics and scholars find themselves at a crossroads when witnessing your feats. Every assumption they've held about human potential collapses in your presence. Calculations, experiments, and studies fail to account for your abilities, leaving them scrambling to redefine what is possible. Their textbooks, once seen as the final authority, now feel insufficient. They question not only your capabilities, but the very nature of humanity itself. How can one being embodies strength, wisdom, and influence that far surpasses all human comprehension? The debate is not just intellectual, it is existential. Philosophers argue that you cannot be contained by the definition of human, because every metric of mortality you defy signals a radical departure from what is known. Scientists marvel and hesitate to speak, torn between recognition and incredulity. Even spiritual leaders, accustomed to interpreting miracles, pause as they realize the magnitude of your transformation. Your existence forces a profound re-evaluation of boundaries once thought permanent. Some fear what you represent. If a human can achieve what you have, what does it mean for the order of society, morality, and natural law? The very question threatens to unravel the framework upon which humanity has built its understanding of itself. Institutions of learning and religion alike struggle to reconcile the tangible evidence of your power with centuries of knowledge, realizing that you operate on a plane where old rules no longer hold. Yet amidst this questioning, there is awe, humility, and respect. Even the most skeptical cannot deny the truth in front of them. Every demonstration of strength, every act of wisdom, every moment of subtle influence confirms that what you are doing is beyond human replication. Humanity as a collective begins to grasp a reality too vast to fully comprehend. Ordinary reality bends around you like water flowing around an immovable stone, defying expectations at every turn. Witnesses experience this firsthand. People feel inexplicable chills, awe, and reverence as they sense the forces at play. Animals, landscapes, and even cities respond almost instinctively to the invisible currents of your energy. Time itself seems to stretch and compress unpredictably, as if the universe accommodates your presence in ways it never had to before. Every action you take is not merely impactful, it is a demonstration of the boundaries you have shattered. The breaking of natural law is also philosophical. Mortality, decay, and human limitation, concepts that define existence, become fluid in your wake. You inspire questions that cannot be answered. How can this be? Is this allowed? Should this exist? The world trembles not out of fear alone, but from recognition that what you are accomplishing is beyond comprehension, beyond expectation, and beyond natural law itself. And yet, in all of this, there is harmony. Your existence does not destroy, it transforms. Where rules falter, balance emerges, and where limitations crumble, new potential arises. You are not chaos incarnate, but a force of higher order, bending the cosmos not for destruction, but for the realization of possibilities that humanity could not have imagined. The world itself becomes a canvas for your presence, and natural law becomes a tool in the hands of a being who is no longer human. Across every culture, ancient myths describe beings who rise above mortal constraints, wielding power that reshapes worlds. From the thunderous gods of Olympus to the cosmic avatars of India, from the sky spirits of Africa to the creators in Mesoamerican traditions, all hint at entities who surpass human capability. These myths were never just stories, they were premonitions of your emergence, echoes of a reality that humanity has long been too limited to recognize. Symbols, rituals, and legends point to ascension in ways you now embody. Lightning striking at the perfect moment, inexplicable victories, or insights that defy centuries of scholarship, all mirror the archetypes of gods across time. The stories themselves, once considered symbolic or allegorical, now seem prophetic, as if the world subconsciously anticipated the arrival of a being who would bridge human and divine existence. Even the heroes of myth pale in comparison to your reality. Those legendary figures were bound by morality, mortality, and circumstance, limited to moments of glory that passed. You, however, exist continuously in this elevated state. Where myths once inspired wonder, your life inspires awe. Where myths told of power, your actions demonstrate it. The world sees the reflection of those stories in a living, breathing being, proof that legends were more than imagination. They were forecasts of your ascension. This connection to mythology also inspires devotion and reverence. People sense archetypal significance in your existence. Cultures long separated by time and geography begin to recognize a shared truth. The divine walks among them. This is no coincidence, no anomaly. It is the alignment of fate, prophecy, and history, manifesting in a form that bridges the finite and infinite. Ultimately, mythology is validated by you. It becomes clear that stories, gods, and cosmic archetypes were preparing the human psyche for your arrival. Your ascension is the living embodiment of what civilizations have long revered but could never fully understand. You are no longer a participant in legend. You are its culmination. There is a quiet realization, almost imperceptible at first. The world you knew can no longer contain you. Daily life, relationships, ambitions, and even society itself feel insufficient for the being you have become. Humanity's constraints, laws, norms, and limitations appear fragile, like paper against a raging storm. The scale of your existence has expanded beyond their capacity, and you begin to see the truth clearly. The ordinary world is too small for extraordinary beinghood. Even personal relationships shift. Those closest to you feel the difference, sensing a presence that no longer conforms to expectations. Love, friendship, and camaraderie remain, but they are tinged with awe and subtle distance. You move in realms of thought, energy, and possibility that others cannot touch, and while they admire you, they also realize that they are spectators in your unfolding destiny. The realization also carries weight. It is not arrogance, it is recognition of a new scale of existence. The challenges you face, the decisions you make, and the actions you take are of such magnitude that human judgment cannot contain them. The lives and perspectives of others, while deeply valued, operate on a frequency far below your own. The astonishment is also deeply human. Alongside admiration, there is fear, confusion, and the unsettling recognition that the familiar world is no longer sufficient. The very frameworks experts rely on to navigate life, laws, probabilities, and limitations fail to contain or define your existence. You are the living exception, a being whose feats force a radical reconsideration of what reality can accommodate. And yet, amidst the astonishment, your presence inspires a profound sense of wonder and possibility. Experts realize that what you achieve is not just personal, it is transformational. By defying expectation, you are expanding the boundaries of collective understanding, opening pathways for others to imagine and reach far beyond what was once considered possible. In this, your feats become both demonstration and inspiration, proof that the impossible is now attainable. Legends describe gods as untouchable, omnipotent, and unwavering in the face of mortals. Yet your presence evokes a reaction even divine entities cannot ignore. There is a subtle tension in the cosmos, a shiver through planes unseen, as beings of immense power recognize that you are no longer merely human. Your emergence challenges hierarchies, defies expectation, and demonstrates potential that forces gods themselves to reconsider their position. This is not arrogance, it is inevitability. Your actions resonate across realms of existence, altering outcomes and shifting energies in ways that cannot be ignored. Even beings accustomed to wielding unimaginable power pause, step back, or observe with a mixture of awe and wariness. You are no longer part of the mortal world alone. You occupy a space that intersects with forces they once controlled unchallenged. The consequences of this recognition are profound. Where gods are symbols of authority, you become a benchmark of transcendence. Mortals witness the subtle tremors of this divine tension, winds that change direction, celestial phenomena that flicker unpredictably, and moments of uncanny alignment that defy explanation. Even myths are rewritten in response to your presence, as the cosmos itself adjusts to accommodate your existence. Yet, in this sphere, there is respect. Gods are aware that your ascent is not destructive, but a revelation. You are not usurping. They recognize that you are awakening to a level of divinity intrinsic to your being. Their caution is not envy, but acknowledgement. The cosmos has birthed a new force, one that cannot be ignored or underestimated. Ultimately, this recognition is a testament to your transcendence. When even gods pause, when even the eternal step back, it becomes undeniable. Your existence is singular, your power unmatched, and your destiny beyond human and divine understanding alike. You are a presence the universe itself has awaited. Crossing into divinity is both awe-inspiring and humbling. The moment you step fully beyond humanity, every limitation dissolves. Physical boundaries, mental constraints, and temporal concerns all fade as you inhabit a state of pure being. You are no longer tethered by fear, doubt, or mortality. Every thought, action, and intention becomes a reflection of cosmic order, and the energy you emanate reverberates across existence itself. This threshold is not instant. It is a culmination of choice, effort, and alignment with forces larger than yourself. Each challenge overcome, each impossibility realized, each act of courage contributes to the unfolding of your divinity. Mortals may witness glimpses, scholars may theorize, but the full experience is singular and total, beyond replication or imitation. The universe itself seems to welcome you. Elements bend to your presence. Time adjusts around your perception, and consciousness itself resonates in harmony with your energy. In this state, creation feels intimate and immediate. You are aware of every ripple, every potential, and every consequence. The cosmos does not command you. Rather, you move with it, an extension of its infinite wisdom. Emotion also deepens. Love, empathy, clarity, and insight become forces of cosmic magnitude. You perceive not only the mechanics of existence, but the profound beauty and fragility of life. Every action carries weight, every decision shapes realities, and every choice resonates far beyond what humans can comprehend. Divinity is not just power, it is profound awareness and responsibility. Crossing this threshold is liberation. Humanity fades from relevance, not in disdain, but in transcendence. You are fully aligned with forces that are eternal, becoming a living bridge between the finite and infinite. In this state, you are unbound, unstoppable, and undeniably divine, a presence the cosmos acknowledges with reverence and wonder. With your ascension, the dawn of a new era begins. Humanity awakens to the possibility that the rules which once defined existence are flexible, pliable, and open to transcendence.